This is becoming like home at this point, chat. Very quickly becoming a home. Shall we quickly go and check if any new things have spawned in the trade shop? I don't know how often trade shops refresh their inventory. Need to check for those seminars, yo. No interaction with your friends, but you can send your ships on a sort of expedition. They will appear in someone else's universe, travel there for some time, and then go back to you with loot. Also, you can encounter someone else's ships in your game. That kind of sounds amazing, if I'm honest. Whoop. Okay, yeah, we really need to upgrade this port because it's a bloody pigsty! How can I invite my friends to this port? Random gubbins all over the place.
Hello there.
Hello, Ivan.
Can I help?
Maybe.
Here you go.
Thank you, Ivan. No, it hasn't refreshed. That's fine, though. Goodbye,
Good
Ivan.
luck out there.
Thank you. Shall I enjoy some cheese and crackers? Yes or yes? Are you lactose intolerant, Periapsis? True answers now. It's probably not going to affect whether you choose yes or yes, but it will affect whether I judge you for your choice.
We found something out here.
Ooh. Found a lockbox. Which one of my ships was that? Oh, it wasn't you. Oh, well done. It's my last nav beacon. I'm going to need to have you go and restock. I'm starting to get to the point where I want to actually tell you to start collecting the lockboxes yourself rather than me going and doing it, but it gives me plenty of opportunity to practice my aiming, which I appreciate. I need to send you somewhere where you can get re-equipped. Unspeakable. There we go. Because you're going to need a lot more nav beacons. I really do like the fact that we can just keep doing this. Just top up the nav beacons and then have you drop them. And eventually I'll collect them all. There's probably so much more to discover in this game, in this map as well. Yes and no. I feel a bit ill if I drink lots of milk, but cheese is fine. Oh, well, in that case, go for it. Cheese and crackers it is. Smoked Dutch Edam. Wow. Okay, so let's have a quick check over everything that we've got. We need to go on a mission to rescue our Boron friend. Now, the obvious way to do that would simply be to fly our basic fighter right now, but there's a good chance we'll die. In fact, our scout is a better fighter than our fighter, and that says a lot. So, question is, do we make a heavy fighter, or do we go for a frigate or a gunship, so a medium ship instead of a small? Now, that would cost us about 4 million to do, which is a little ways off for us, but we could instead invest like 1 million or so in grabbing a couple more miners and setting up a bit more income. We've currently got Flynod, we've got Moria, we've got Shadar Yard, and 9 all mining. We've got 1 trade ship, the Vanya, currently performing trades out and about in this sector. They're just making their best choices. I've given them a list of materials. They're currently trying to trade, I believe... Actually, let me bring up their info and see what types of trades I've allowed for them. They're allowed to trade in energy cells, graphene, hull parts, or refined metals at the moment. And they pick the best thing that they can, basically. Right now, they're selling some energy cells. We've also got Hellion, which is a subordinate trader for our station, which is focusing only on the station and maintaining the trades for as the station requires them. On that note, how much cargo does our station have? I like that we're into the part of the game now where we're actually dealing with this stuff. Station account has a decent bit of cash. Filled capacity. Got a fair old bit of energy cells. What am I trading the energy cells at, though? Let me have a look at that. I feel that perhaps I should care about this. Configure station. That is not what I wanted to look at. This is our station, by the way. This is our little dock over here. 2 cargo containers. There's no weapons. There's no capability of this station to defend itself whatsoever. That's a bit of a worry, and I think we should probably add some weapons and shielding to the station itself at some point. Whether that's something I need to do right now or not, I don't know. I want to go to the logical overview. Right now, I've got all the energy cells, all the drone parts that I need to build the drones that I want, and we're going to try and make a bunch of cargo drones, defense drones, and repair drones. But in terms of the energy cells, I do allow them to sell them. I've got them to do automatic pricing. There's no restrictions on who can do it. And it can pretty much sell everything. That's fine. You've got 2 energy cell producers, which in an hour produce about as much as we can store in... Oh, actually, no. Yeah, in about 2 hours we would fill up our entirety of our storage on this station. More pew pew, more gunship all day. Sorry, just double checking. Was this the game you were playing with the full joystick setup? Yes, yes it is. Cow goes moo man. Oh, the thing is, I could just drop the price here all the way down and say, look, if you want to buy them for dirt cheap, you can. I just want the money because everything is just pure profit at this point. I could crash the energy cell market to ensure that I get money coming in quickly. Let's have a look at what the energy cell market is like in our area. I mean, you're willing to buy them for 612 for 21. But you're selling them for 10, whereas I'm selling them for 16. Alright, so my trader, I'm assuming, is not making the push to trade over there? And yet I feel like my trader should be doing so. Have fun in space! Thank you very much. I'd love to know how trading works. Every time I look at trading, it's like a minor profit at best. Let me bring up my trading profits then. So, obviously, buy low, sell high. How profit works with that. So, let's have a look. So, Vanya just bought 1,184 energy cells for 9.65 credits at this area. We'll see where they sell to next. But previously, they bought 480 energy cells here. And then made a trade profit of 307. So very small amount. But right now, Vanya is trading energy cells, which are incredibly small margins. The profit from trade there. So realistically, Chat and I kind of worked out previously was that when we see these two numbers, when Vanya goes and sells something, and then there's like two incomes. Sorry, buys something and there's two incomes. One is the total profit that's being added to my account, and the other is the kind of money that Vanya made in total. So this is the amount that Vanya made as profit, and this is what Vanya sold their cargo for. I'm not entirely 100% certain that is how that one goes down, but miners are making a decent profit, though. So more miners would probably be one of the better ways to increase our income. However, I'm starting to think that maybe Vanya should not be looking to make trades with energy cells, because Vanya is just going for energy cells over and over and over. And I wonder if maybe Vanya should be going for something less. With the fact that Vanya has energy cells on the list, I'm not sure that Vanya is always going for the most profitable trade, but rather looking through the list to look for potential profits on each item, almost randomly or in a certain order. And to that end, let's go ahead and close all this down. Let's shut down all of these so that my map is less cluttered. Let's choose Vanya and we'll have a proper look. So Vanya, in terms of your behavior, you're currently... Where's one is energy cells? Now, it might be that Vanya looks for energy cells first. And that is not what we want, really. What I'm going to want instead are hull parts, refined metals, and graphene. I might have my trade in a saturated area. That is very true. But does anyone know if the traders do go in this order? Because by and large, I've only ever seen Vanya trading energy cells, but I was fairly certain that there were trades for refined metals in this order because Vanya was doing those trades prior to me setting them up with the higher level auto trade. So it might just be that they're going for energy cells now as priority because that's where's number one. In which case, I need to reorder these so that they go in reverse order. So the one I want them to use most, and then down from that. Touch typing. Go! Oh, I've already got help past, my bad. Refined metals. Vanya is trading from here and is allowed to use 3 gates to jump. So that gives them a reasonable distance from this location. I've got satellites around most of the stations in these areas. So we should have up-to-date stuff. In the saturated area, energy cells might be the best, yeah. You're quite right. But there's loads of refined metals wanted, and there's a decent amount of refined metals available. They're doubling the income there. Over doubling it, I suppose, but that's actually quite far away. I want to only search these. Is there a way for me to only search a small group of areas? I feel like I only want... There we are. So energy sells for 9, selling for 22. That's reasonable. Then graphene for 169, 183. It's not going to make as much, especially because energy cells are small, so we can carry quite a lot of them. Refined metals for 151. We're making 50 on each trade, but these take up a lot more room than the energy cells do. They are going to buy energy cells for 1,519 and then sell them. Hull parts are not a good trade. So it honestly could be that energy cells are just the better trade out there. I mean, they are available at a ridiculously good price. They're available at 9 and selling for 22. That's over 100% profit on each energy cell. So yes, profit per hull space used, energy cells probably are actually the better one there. So maybe I need to refine my search and look for low value trades instead. So let's nix hull parts, and graphene is nice, but in fact, you know what? Let's go in here. Let's have a look at ways. So graphene, what I would like to know is relative size. Hull parts are 12 meters cubed. Energy cells are 1 meters cubed. Graphene. Where are you, graphene? It will be with G. Graphene is 20 meters cubed. And refined metals, I can almost promise, 14 meters cubed. So, yeah, probably for the amount that they can sell. Because I believe my trader has 8,000 cargo capacity. Okay. Food rations, 1 meters cubed. Let's look for small things that we can move around a lot of. Can't move those. Snails. Is that Maya dust and Maya snails, or Marja dust and Marja snails? Meat. Do we move the whole cow? 6 meters cubed is actually pretty good for a whole cow. I don't think they're kept in particularly good good conditions, honestly. Don't approve. Don't approve. Medical supplies, food rations. I guess they would be used for places that have missile components, eh? Only 2 meters cubed. Field components, 10 meters cubed. Smart chips as well. Soja husks, space fuel 2. Space weed, we probably wouldn't want to move that, really. Superfluid coolant, no. Okay, we've got a couple of things. Right, so, smart chips. Missile components. Medical supplies. Food rations. Okay. I'm gonna nix graphene, gonna nix hull parts, I'm gonna nix refined materials. Going to add food rations. Going to add medical supplies. Going to add missile components. And I'm going to add scruffin fruit. Smart. Was it smart chips? I think it was smart chips. Let's add food rations to this. 19 for 21. That's not as good of a trade. But there may be a lot of them available. Medical supplies. 20 per. Actually, might not be a bad one. Missile components are not particularly good. And smart chips. That's probably going to be a very big opportunity thing. It's only when someone is building something that's going to be useful for us. But I'm going to just leave you to trading your best trades. Still hoping for the flagship shenanigans. I like it. Alright. Now, in terms of... We've got a bunch of satellites around the various stations here. Oh, wow. The cock are going for the high-tech factory. RIP high-tech factory. Satellites around the stations in there. Probably could do with a bit more exploration so we can find more stations. Where's the unsinkable right now? Oh, the unsinkable's over here. Finding stations in this area for our station to trade with. That makes a lot of sense. Hull part factory down there. Drone component factory over there. We need to search around this area. Definitely. I need to drop a lot... Oh my lord, I need to drop a lot of satellites in this area. Holy crap. That is ruinously poorly explored. You notice how the area here doesn't line up anymore? I worked it out, because I was wondering, because chat said that they can't cross these divides. You can fly infinitely in a direction and you won't arrive in the next sector because the distances are too vast. However, the borders of a sector will continue to expand as you explore it. And I was like, well, how does that work then? Because this is on a grid. How could one part of the grid expand without breaking the grid? And it's because when it expands, it shrinks the grid size internally. So this simply covers more space now. I think that's kind of a cool system, honestly. I want another explorer that I can send out to drop satellites. I would actually, like, genuinely want another explorer. But we're definitely going to want to get some more income. If we are going to get a big shooty gunship, I think if we're not going for a heavy fighter, and we're instead going to try and recreate the legend of the flagship, then A, we want a gunboat, and B, we want to cover it in flak. And C, it's going to cost us about 3 million. 3.5 million to fully equip it. I don't see any point in making a flagship with budget shields. If I'm already spending almost 2 million on the hull itself before I've added anything else, what's the point in me skimping on the thing that's going to make the hull not explode? I've already committed so much funds to just getting the actual hull. Not buying proper defenses for a ship I actively intend to take into combat is be silly. Ooh, Aavak would not be bad at Eve. Aavak was quite good at Eve, thank you very much. Aavak played Eve for like 6 months before Aavak never had to pay for Eve again, because Aavak was making money off wormhole space. And, you know, then would spend some of his money not on plaques, but on cheap frigates that he could bum around in null space and have fun. Aavak enjoyed Eve. Aavak often thinks of going back. Wow, it really is hexes all the way down. I thought my friend was memeing. No, your friend was being accurate. Also, this whiskey is delicious. Quite frankly, I would avoid buying any heavy ships until it costs you so little you don't notice. So, what do you mean heavy ships? Do you mean like medium ships? Because I want a combat ship to go and do, to be a little bit less afraid of doing any combat missions. I would like to do combat missions. What the heck is Vanya doing? Vanya, stop mating with the station. Unless that would work and you'd make little stations. In which case, proceed with the mating of the stations. I like the Will of Eve, but I hate being forced into PvP. I recently saw that someone has made a mod for Sins of the Solar Empire to overhaul it to Eve. Wow. Really, Jake Doty? That's kind of amazing. But yeah, no, I totally get that. Personally, I liked the fact that in Eve you were never safe. But you could greatly increase the odds of you being safe. You were never 100% safe, so it never paid to be a dick. Like, you couldn't... Like, you were never completely outside the reach of the consequences of your actions in Eve. Never. And I liked that. I like that you couldn't just run to the safe zone and then be an absolute turd to everyone. Except, you know, you dip out of the safe zone to wreck someone's fun and then dip back in and just kind of laugh as the city guards keep you safe. No. The Galaxy Police will wreck the face of anyone who does actually aggress in high sec, but they're not so fast that they're going to be able to do that and stop you from blowing up. Also, Tilly has decided to nuzzle the mic. I hope you enjoy, chat. Tilly has graced you with boops. Hello, sweetheart. Hello, sweetie. Tilly is booping. She's decided that the boops are required. Oh, I know. I know. She's booping aggressively. Hopefully, my graphics card is getting rid of that sound. I hope the graphics card lets through the purrs, because she's purring musically. But I hope the rustling as her fur drags back and across the mic is not too egregious. Alright then, sweet down. No, you can't have my whiskey. I know I said it was delicious, but that wasn't an invitation, sweetie. She's now sat betwixt me and my keyboard. Oh. Lady Sheilab heard that I needed help. Thank you, Sheilab. Heavy anything above medium. Right, okay. So, yeah, medium ships is still an okay investment then. Because I would like a medium ship to just go and do some missions and things like that. Alright, so right now, we've got a bunch of stuff that I'm trying to work out. I need to drop a couple of satellites around certain important places. Also, where is Unsinkable? Unsinkable is going to re-equip. Okay, fair enough. Then, I would like you, if you could, go and drop a couple of satellites around the place. One there.
I'll wait for you to tell me to take off.
And then I want... should I even put one around a defense platform? I don't think so. They don't buy anything, do they? Unless it's perhaps drone parts. But I don't think that's really something I need to worry about. Is it? Okay, so... Chat. Those of you in the know, would a single advanced satellite here cover this entire area? I guess I could find out and then just recall it if it did work. Because a single advanced satellite here would be kind of amazing if it would cover everything. That's I guess the easiest way is to just deploy one and find out. Then I'll have I don't mind having a single advanced satellite covering my station if it should. How long has this playthrough been running? Okay. It was 11 hours the first stream on top of the 3 hours that I did with the Wholesome Verse. And the second stream was 16 and a half hours. So that at that point it was 27 and a half hours, and so far we've been going for, well, let's say half an hour, because half an hour was preamble. So, about 28 hours, yeah. Red, let me bring up the map layout. This is actually something that's asked a lot, and I should have done this a while ago. So that grey stuff over there, unknown. Don't know what's there. Mineral concentration. Let's have a look for something that is blue. So asteroids. Blue is gas. Purple is both mineral and gas. That solid line is a jump gate connection. The dotted blue line is a superhighway, which will actually accelerate us to a fraction of the speed of light. So that's a superhighway right there. This one is a regular local highway, which is much slower, but more consistent in many ways. Then we've got jump gates, accelerators. So that's an accelerator. Sorry, superhighway gate, an output, a jump gate is there, and an accelerator is here. So, kind of pop out of the jump gate and straight into a highway. Owned ships, green are mine, blue are neutral. These are enemy, but these are hostile. So they can be my enemy, but not have actively aggressed me. Then you've got different sorts of icons, fighters, auxiliary, builders. Freeport? Freeport, eh? So, you know what? I've seen those crossed sabers a couple of times. The crossed swords, I guess. I don't know if they'd really be classed as sabers. But I thought, oh, it's some sort of like military academy. No, it's a free port. I'm so glad I actually took the time to bring this open. But yeah, we could pop in there. We've got quite a few things that maybe we shouldn't be holding on to anymore. And perhaps they would like to buy them. But the red is moving. Oh, no. What's happening here is I know what's there, but I can't see it. And this is I actively have sensors on this space. So this is filled in and I'm getting real-time information from it. This is unknown to me. So watch what happens when this ship, which isn't mine, so isn't providing me any kind of line of sight, reaches the edge of this. It'll just disappear. I won't know it's there anymore. So that's about to happen, and pop. Now they're still there, traveling across this system. I just can't see them, so I'm not getting any kind of real-time data. So it's kind of like fog of war, but I would say this is more fog of war, whereas this is we know what that space involves. Like these stations, because they're static things, a station can't move around. I don't stop knowing that it's there once I don't have direct line of sight on it. But I will stop getting information about their trades. So, for example, time until this information expires, 1 hour and 20 minutes. If I don't get line of sight on this station in that time, then I will stop knowing what it trades. Yes, I have been told that I can buy faction sensor feeds. In fact, someone didn't tell me, the game told me. It also then told me it's 10 million Hephaestian mega credits. I've decided that they are now Hephaestian mega credits because reasons. And yeah, no. I don't care. For 10 Jovian Ultra credits, 10 million Jovian Ultra credits? No, not going to go for it. I absolutely will not be paying 10 Martian military bucks, million or otherwise, for sensor feeds. I'll just put my own satellites down. I am slowly increasing my faction standing with a bunch of people, though, which is good. But yeah, Freeport. Awesome. Fighter, auxiliary builder, fighter, freighter. Oh, right, so they're extra large. These are large ships. Fighter, freighter, miner. These are medium ships, fighter, transport, miner, so the dash is underneath. And then small ships, fighter, transport, miner. And then units, defense drone, cargo drone, mining drone, civilian ship, building drone. Trade offers, illegal trades. Station construction trades, supply trades, trade volume. We've got a bunch of MISC stuff. Oh, are my laser guns still in place? Laser guns that are not doing actually very much at all. That one's been hit. That one's been attacked by something. Someone didn't like that one. And that one's been attacked too. I stuck a bunch of these out there so that they would plink any ships moving toward the gate that were enemies. Oh! Oh! We've taken the ship down! Yes! They are our enemies, the Xenon. So, yeah, I just deployed a bunch of laser turrets just outside the gate. Like, haha, sorprende. And it appears they have worked. That, I'm hoping, would mean that we got a little bit... Oh, that one's getting chomped by something. Probably the station, probably. Why are the Xenon sending mining ships through there? That's kind of crazy. We could possibly even go over there and attack them. If we had a combat ship, we could do that. But, yeah, so... I just set them up at this gate just to grab Xenon because they sent some stuff through that was a bit of a problem. Another 17-hour stream? I imagine Aavak is too tired for a 17-hour stream, and if he's not, Lady Sheila probably won't tolerate. What do you mean Lady Sheila wouldn't tolerate it? My lord. I mean, she could ask me not to, and I would probably take that under consideration, but... Tolerate it? My goodness. Okay, so that satellite, yes. That satellite, very much yes. Alright. Duly noted, satellite. Go and collect that deployable. Then collect that deployable. Then collect that deployable. Alright, I'm on board with that. That's pretty cool. You're coming back to dock and wait, but in fact I would like you to do more exploring. Oh, Synalapils. Alapils? I have no idea how to say your name. But thank you very much for those 5 gift subs. That's super kind of you. But no, I had a pretty solid sleep, thanks. Now, I mean, at some point, I do need to refocus my efforts on my YouTube channels, which I didn't get as many videos out on my second channel as I would have liked yesterday. I was shy one video, but everything has already been scheduled for today. That is Sunday, so I don't need to worry too much about that one. Now, do I have... I do have a bunch of resource probes. Okay. Well then, I want you to go down here and drop down some resource probes then. Are there like advanced versions of resource probes? Or is that not as much of a thing? Also, there are an awful lot of stations there, and yes, a single satellite is probably... Oh no, I haven't got any satellites in this area. Oh my god. Okay, one single advanced satellite right there then will do an amazing job. Honestly, another advanced satellite over there would be fine. Eventually, we will slowly convert a lot of these to advanced satellites, I imagine. You crack on. Need to get more and more of the world explored. I need my traders to be able to make good decisions on where to interact with things. Who said that? It might have been Unsinkable, actually. Oh, it was. Hey, improved ghost. Improved ghost. How does a ghost improve? Is it like RPG stats? Thank you very much for the raid. That's very kind of you. Whose random hallway or waiting room we stood in this time? Actually, as it happens, I'm on my own station and I wasn't in any hallway, but I could go to my own room if you want. Personal office. Ghosts improved by taking levels in Bard. I see. There we are. Alright, we're up to 3.3 million now. $3.4 million, actually. Every 100 years, they have a cumulative 1% chance to gain the evolved template, I see. Go to your room, Aavak. You know what you did. Shush. I don't even have an aquarium in my room. How desperately disappointing this is. I do have a view of a giant rock, though. Geologists rejoice, I suppose. Still got the bookshelf. Yeah, I know. That's so sad. That's actually more realistic there. It's just a collection of books. These so sad though. Poser books, 100%. All right, so in terms of dropping down a bunch of satellites, I'll actually give you your orders to leave. Where's your order? Go ahead.
I'll wait for you to tell me to take off.
Go ahead and do it then. Alright, I'm going to have to say proceed with current orders. There you are. Right. Ships are zooming around, zoom, doing their things, zoom. They got a bunch of things to do, to be fair. And it's kind of a long trip to get over here because they won't... Actually, it shouldn't be. Or did you use... Oh, I think... Where are you? Which way are you going? Oh, you're waiting for me to tell you to take off as well. No, you're not. Oh, there you are. You're off to collect the satellites. Fair enough. You're taking a long ass time, I'm going to be honest. Oh, well. However, you know what I don't notice right now? I don't notice our trader here. Where is the trader? Where's Hellion? It is buying energy cells from Deathcrawler. I'm going to sell them to the high-tech factory. Nice. So we're actually starting to make money with our station. Very nice. Oh, so whereas green shows capacity inbound, brown shows capacity outbound. Rightio. Very, very cool to know. Very cool to know, in fact. Station overview. Claytronics. We haven't got any amount inbound, I don't think.